All right, Dave, but let's jump in now. We're going to talk about Jaylen Brown. Just had a fantastic game against the Golden State Warriors. They extend their win streak to 14 straight games. The Celtics are on absolute fire right now, but he had a fantastic game against the Warriors. They won that game by 4 points. In the Garden, he had 22 points, shot 38% from the field, 37% from three. Kyrie gave him the game ball. He also had 7 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks as well. One of them was a foul on Klay Thompson, that block. But
the reffing is in question in that game, let's be honest. Nobody's happy with that.
But ultimately, Jaylen Brown had a great game, and also give a shout out to him as well because one of his close buddies passed away before that game as well. So Jaylen Brown having a great game against probably the best team in the NBA.
Yeah.
And in his second year, we got trashed in the comments after they drafted Jaylen Brown because we said, did they make a mistake taking Jaylen Brown? I don't remember if we said yes or no, but we at least had that title out there, so there was doubt in our mind.
Oh, yeah.
But Jaylen Brown so far, paired with J-Tay, paired with Kyrie Irving, paired with Al Horford on this Boston Celtics team, has been absolutely fantastic. And the question is Jaylen Brown a future superstar?
Damn, superstar is a tough word, man, because everybody's got their own definition.
It's a buzzword.
I know.
But you look at him,
and the people going.
But he's doing superstar things because you look at against Golden State, has a fantastic game, like I just said. In the first game on opening night in Cleveland, he had probably his best game of the season, 25 points, 47% from the field. He also had 6 boards, 2 steals. He was great in that game as well.
The problem is, as a superstar, you have to be consistent. You can't have 2 of 10
but he's young.
1 of 7
That's why it's not, is he a superstar right now? Is he a future superstar?
I think things are lining up for him because he looks like an amazing two-way player right now.
He looks insane.
He has the build. He's gotten stronger. He's fixed some issues with his handles. He's fixed some issues with his shot. He's come a decent amount from his draft profile where we had him initially. And none of it was, we didn't mark anything as not possible for him because these kids are so young coming out and there's a lot that they can do to develop their game. Honestly, it's just been the question of where is this going to be consistency-wise, because his playing time his first year was so short, and they were pretty much limiting his minutes in order to make sure that his impact on the game, if he made a mistake, he would be pulled out, he would be told about it, and he'd watch. And basically, it's a great way to learn the game if you have that ability and you have that depth to do that. This year, it's basically unleash Jaylen Brown because of the injury, and he jumped up. He next man up. Amazing. But
then the other thing with Jaylen Brown too is, you read about him and he's a student. He's always talking to Brad Stevens about what can I do better, and that's one thing as well is I think it was already in him, and I think that's why one reason why Danny Ainge did pick him and select him was the fact that he was always trying to get better. He was always trying to wonder what's the best way to do this in basketball. And Jaylen Brown, I think you could see the progression just because he is taking that. He has the athletic abilities, everyone knows that, but it's always about the intangibles. And I think he has the intangibles to become a superstar, but I don't think he's going to be a superstar because of the place that he is in. Because you look at Boston right now, and people automatically assume during this 14-game win streak, Kyrie is the superstar on this team. But you would probably look at it, and Al Horford's probably the main reason why this team is going right now. I mean, he's been doing everything defensively, offensively. He's been moving the ball around. Kyrie's probably underperforming for Kyrie's, at least scoring-wise.
He's picked worse than last year.
He's picked it up defensively, but if you look at the stat sheet, you'd be like, what the fuck happened to Kyrie?
Right.
He went up to a place without LeBron, and now he's, taking a step down. I'm not saying Kyrie's been performing bad, but if you look at it just on a surface level, you'd be like, what the hell's happened to Kyrie? Al Horford doesn't have a dominating or an MVP stat line, but he's been fantastic on both sides of the ball. Kyrie's been able to step it up defensively, and I feel like it's just something where you don't have a star in Boston anymore. This isn't going to be something where you have, Paul Pierce, where he was a superstar, KG was a superstar, Ray Allen was obviously a superstar. I feel like you're not going to have a superstar anymore. It's just going to be guys that do exactly what you need to do to win. I feel like Jaylen Brown fits that mold, and I don't feel like you're going to have a guy, be a guy that's going to be able to be like a LeBron James or, a Russell Westbrook or a KD or a Steph. I don't feel like you're going to, have these guys that transcend it to that level.
Maybe I feel like Jimmy Butler level, that
Klay Thompson, Draymond Green.
Exactly.
These guys that help.
Just below the A-, B+ range.
I 100% agree, but it's just the thing that I don't think Jaylen doesn't have the skills to do it. I just think that the market that he's in is totally going to limit him and hold him back. And I feel like it's going to be something where, again, it's not about one's performance. It's about exactly how the team does. And if we're pushing towards a win, that is the best place. And the one thing that is probably a telltale sign that he definitely could be a superstar is he's a rookie guarding LeBron James in the playoffs.
Well, that was...
You have you have to have fucking faith in a kid.
Did that not remind you of like the Kawhi Leonard?
100%.
I mean, that was just, watching it was crazy, and obviously like holding down LeBron James, obviously like LeBron's still LeBron, but considering the circumstance, he did a phenomenal job in that time. Honestly, for me, I want to agree with you, and a lot of what you said is right. The thing for me is I want to even more harp on it. It's just, it's a team game in Boston. It is no one man out, and if there's one vocal man, it's Kyrie Irving. Like, he's not even the most vocal person on his team. Kyrie has a personality. Kyrie's talking to media. Kyrie's out there doing the deals. Like,
well, Kyrie has a brand as well.
That's what I'm saying.
Pepsi. I mean, he's got so many like different sponsorships.
I mean, Uncle Drew, like the whole thing. Like, so that's why I'm like, if everything lines up and this team grows like they do, I think you're right. I think he's not going to be a superstar. I don't expect him. I mean, he may get his own shoes from somebody, but like he's not going to have a brand.
I don't even know about that.
He's not going to have a brand, is what I'm saying. Like, that's not Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's going to be an excellent player.
He might be like,
that's what it looks like,
spokesperson for WB Mason out in Boston, but I don't think he's going to be getting a Nike deal.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is just like, how is this going to work? Are they going to go 3 wings when Hayward comes back? I mean, obviously, Tatum's been phenomenal in his rookie year, and Tatum almost, for a lot of people, is overshadowing
that's the thing,
what Jaylen Brown's doing.
Tatum might be better. And Jaylen might be, a guy that might be more beloved by fans, but even then, I mean, JT, you go through our Twitter, and we follow a lot of Celtics people, and they don't shut up about Jason Tatum. It's quite honestly fucking annoying.
But to be fair, like, I also feel really good about that because we gushed about him.
Oh, he's great. I mean, that's the thing, though. You look at it, and like people, I was talking to someone today, and they're like, Jason Tatum and Dennis Smith Jr. are going to be the best rookies from this draft. I'm like, fucking Markelle Fultz is injured. He's banged up. You look at De'Aaron Fox. He hasn't had the time to shine. I still think Jonathan Isaac could be a really good player. I don't think he's going to be the best player in the draft, and I think that's partly because he's in Orlando. But also, you look at it, and you look at this draft, and it was just so fucking deep. I mean, like, that's the thing. You look at Collins out in Atlanta.
Oh, my God.
He's looking insane right now, and he was the 17th pick. So, like, taking all of this together, like, this was just an insane draft that we just had. And I want to go into the point that you brought up. I don't think he's going to be able to become a superstar because you have Kyrie Irving, Gordon Hayward, Jason Tatum, Kyrie Irving, Gordon Hayward, Jason Tatum, Al Horford, all there.
Yeah.
And that's a thing that I think there's going to be a lot of roadblocks for Jaylen Brown to become a superstar. I feel like he could definitely be a starter and possibly an all-star at some point. I mean, we've seen, teams put 4 guys into an all-star game before.
Yeah, the Hawks of all freaking teams.
Taking all of that in, like, do you think that he's ever going to be held back because of all the players on this team? Like, do you feel like he could be a superstar somewhere else, or do you feel like he's overperforming right now because of the system that he is in Boston, or do you feel like he would be having the same success somewhere else?
I think it would be the same success somewhere else, if not statistically better from a raw stat line, maybe not efficiency-wise what he's doing, but I think fit is one of the best things. Like, you nailed it. He's an amazing student of the game, it seems. He's picked up great, has a good relationship with Brad Stevens, and seems to just be looking for more growth, which is amazing. But if you dumped him on a team like the Suns, if you plucked out Dev Booker and added in Jaylen Brown, I think they're going to have relatively similar roles on that team. They're going to be ball dominant. They're going to crush the stat line. The team's still not going to be great, but...
Do you think he could be that good of a scorer, though, like Dev Book?
I think the usage would go through the roof because you don't have other options.
I mean, right now, Jaylen Brown is second on that team in usage. Kyrie is getting around like 29.5, and Jaylen Brown not too far behind with 21.3. So.
And what's Devin Booker's, like 36 or something? Not all.
I don't even want to check, but it's something ridiculous.
Exactly.
Like that. But I feel like if he had a different place, I don't think he would be getting as much notoriety right now because this team's winning, and they're winning with... two young kids in Brown and Tatum, and they're stepping up in these huge market games like Cleveland and Golden State. And that's the one thing where if you're in Phoenix or you're in some shitty place, you're not going to have that ability to become a superstar. So I feel like he's in the right place to become a superstar. In Boston, you have the market to become that, but I feel like the team mentality is just going to hurt him and becoming a superstar. I think he's still going to be a fantastic player.
And I'm going to get murdered for this, but I'll just bring it up.
Superstar is a different level.
Are we talking like this team looks like they're rolling out the next generation of what the Warriors have currently? I'll just be bold and say it because the Warriors is a loaded team. They did it through the draft mostly, and they have their 3 guys of Green, Curry, and Thompson. Now, do you see
that
similar...
they drafted.
That they all drafted.
You don't want to...
I know, that's why I stopped...
Katie will hit us up in the burner accounts and YouTube.
At least 3.
Be like, why the fuck did you mention us?
Yeah. So you look at those 3 guys who they all brought in through the draft and then added great players through free agency. Do you see a similar build-out but with wing heavy from this team?
I'm glad you brought it up because you guys should tune into the Fast Break OT edition where Dave and I are going to be battling the team of the future, whether it's the Boston Celtics or the Philadelphia 76ers. So that should be fun, and I think we're going to talk a lot about it there. But one thing with Boston compared to the 76ers, and this is what we're going to end on, looking at it, is Boston better than Cleveland, and will they represent the Eastern Conference in the NBA Finals? Because right now, 14 straight wins, they're looking absolutely fantastic. They're doing it without their biggest free agent signing, Gordon Hayward.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's if they continue at this level, obviously, yes. We're still hooked on is Isaiah Thomas going to be the game changer for this Cleveland Cavaliers team? And if Derrick Rose is healthy plus a healthy Isaiah Thomas, like how much does that change the dynamic of that team? We don't know yet.
And then how good are the Cavs? Because again, we look at it and like, well, are they struggling or are they just not trying?
Yeah, I mean it's 50-50 right now.
Yeah, we have no idea.
I think that right now the luck and the hard work, the work ethic, everything is lined up for the Celtics to be the team of the East. Like, I can't say anybody else right now. It's just clear shot the answer at this moment in time.
Cavs versus Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals. Does it go to 7 no matter what?
I don't even know if that's going to be the Eastern Conference Finals matchup. If it is, yeah.
Who the fuck are you thinking?
I don't know. Let's add shots. We'll see. If it is, I still lean towards the veteran-heavy team.
Okay.
It's the playoffs. It's a series. I just don't see LeBron losing 4 out of 7.
That's fair, unless it's to the Warriors. Let us know in the comments down below, do you think that Jaylen Brown is going to be a superstar? We know Boston Celtics fans are already telling us that we're massive morons. We don't watch basketball. We have no idea what we're talking about.
Do you watch,
I should shave this mustache. And I think that's probably going to be most of the comments down in the section below. But let us know anyways, is Jaylen Brown a future superstar? He's obviously got the skill set and he's a great player, but then again, superstars, again, a different term. It's a different level. You got to be able to step up to it. And I just think that the place in the mentality of Boston is going to hold him back just a little bit. But again, let us know in the comments down below. But that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode of The Fast Break. For Dave Oster, I'm Sean Anderson. Big shout out to Ricky Widmer. He is, the bomb, editing this.
He's the man.
Being our dude. Shout out to Ricky Widmer and also shout out to you guys. We love you. You're keeping us going. Again, rate us on iTunes. Rate all MVP podcasts on iTunes. You're doing a huge favor. Also check out patreon.com/mostvaluable-podcast. Not only are you helping us out, we also got some cool ass shit out there.
We do.
That $10 tier
and
is
potentially
money.
more coming too.
Yeah, that $10 tier is money. That $2 tier is also money. You get a monthly podcast. It's a lot of fun.
It is.
Let us know in the comments down below about any of the topics that we talked about. If you're listening on Blog Talk Radio, thank you so much. If you're listening on iTunes, you rock. If you're watching on YouTube, stay tuned because tomorrow we got the Fast Break OT edition. But again, for Dave Oster, I'm Sean Anderson. We'll see you next time.